happens with Angeli now? Because I know we talked about Tennessee here, and I know that this feels like we're talking about Tennessee a lot, but Joe, I got to be real with you. I don't think Angeli was bad in that playoff game. I understand that Greg McElroy and those dudes overblew the situation, and I'm not saying, but the dude showed me that he can throw the pill around a little bit now. It's not like he's just like a horrible quarterback.
Yeah, I think that this is not an indication to me that Angeli can't start for a team, and I really think that he can. And he's been around for a very long time. He's not played a lot of college football, but like he's been around a program like Notre Dame for some time. So he's been through it. He's experienced in that sense. I really think, I know one of the other schools that was pitched here was Purdue, I believe, because they need a starting quarterback. I really think that
they need a starting everything.
Yes. Tennessee needs to go all in here, because if you can't pluck a starter from another program, going and bringing in Steve Angeli is your smartest move, because Steve Angeli is going to be on target. He is going to be on time. He is going to keep the offense on schedule and moving ahead. And in an offense that is purely based on timing, Nico's biggest struggles were hesitation.
Yeah.
A lot of hesitation. We saw that almost cerebral instinct from Angeli when he stepped into that drive. His pocket awareness wasn't great because he almost got stripped on that drive. But when he stepped in, you saw just go out there and ball. Just go out there. He did exactly what he needed.
Some serious throws. Let's just be honest. He made some serious throws. And listen,
yeah.
Let's call a spade now. I felt like in that exact moment that Penn State had all the momentum.
Yeah.
I mean, because they did. I mean, and he led the drive down that got you the momentum.
That brought him back in it. I mean, you were joking, and I know that you were joking when you tweeted this. I know you were at the game, but I know that you were joking. You said leave Steve Angeli in. Well, yes. Well, yeah, because it was the only drive that they were able to throw the ball, but it did light everything back up.
Just to give context to like the situation that he was brought in, reminded us of Austin Simmons, if you remember that Georgia game with Ole Miss too. I think Tennessee, to your point, Joe, they got to go somewhere. Don't give up. It's not fair to everybody in that locker room that Nico's an asshole, right? Like, I mean, it's not fair to anybody else on that team. I don't think Angeli leads them to any SEC hope here. I don't. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to base my whole take off of a drive. Right. What I would say is that, okay, look, number one, I see talent. Number two, I saw him throw the ball in some crunch situations and be very accurate. Let's see what happens. I mean, what's the biggest risk that they could take here? Well, there is no risk. Now, if they identify somebody else that's better, fine, right? Like, I mean, fine, go that route. And they may be going a completely different route. But, man, you got to take a shot. If that is the last guy on the three that you maybe would want to take, I don't think it's a bad place to land with Steve Angeli.
I'm trying to think of a better example, but the best one I can think of, it's kind of like the Minnesota Vikings bringing in Sam Darnold, where no, you know what it does feel like. Can I tell you what McElroy's telling you and me right now? Mm-hmm. The exact same thing did happen to Burrow. Well, that is true. That is true. Where he was the third quarterback on the roster.
Correct. And then a young, talented kid that can move, and another kid with a massive arm. Ring a bell. So they did bring it up. That is kind of funny. I mean, like, we've seen that before now.
As much as we've clowned on McElroy, it's a very good point.
It's dude. Here's a sad truth. It's goddamn almost identical.
Yeah, if anyone does give, I don't know if McElroy's responded to it since on his show, but if anyone does give him shit, he should just say, like, well, this is getting more and more similar to Joe Burrow than, as time goes on. And he could go into a situation at Tennessee, literally transfer to the SEC from the Midwest to go play for a team with a good offensive coordinator. I mean, like, it couldn't be any more similar. But my comparison with Sam Darnold was bringing in a backup that is a high floor backup with okay, let's see what happens. You lose your young quarterback, and then you just have him step in because you're a well-recruited roster, and you're just hoping to see what it turns out. And the outcomes ends up being better than expected.
Listen. I think the kid's not bad. Here's what I really take from all this, if I'm just being blunt. When I saw that the kid went in the portal, my God's honest opinion was, oh, shit. Like, there's got to be serious – either one or two things happen. Either, number one, Marcus and them missed, right, and the kid's going to go somewhere and he's going to have a great year, and maybe they should have kept him, or that the kid just got flat out beat. I mean, there's not a lot of gray –
He got beat.
Well – there's not a lot of gray area is what I'm trying to get at, right? What I was trying to say was the optimism at that position, the optimism at quarterback's got to be sky high right now if you're an Irish fan. Like, it's got to be just based off of everything that you're going on. So again, one or two things could be true, but the optimism has got to be high. So that's how it ended there. All right, Joe, before we get to our good friends over this great state, ain't no love in Oklahoma.